Good morning, everyone. This is Carla Royal, and I want to begin today by reading a passage from Mark Nepo's book, The Book of Awakening. The time has come to put our stones down, for hands clutching stones can't freely drum, and hearts fisting the past can't freely sing. He goes on to say, "It only took me a lifetime to learn, but the lesson is as profound as it is simple. As long as we clutch to one thing, be it a stone, a rail, a weapon, our hands cannot open or reach for anything else." The timeless and essential drama of living into the unknown resides in this simple sequence. We must risk putting down the stone or stick or gun we are grasping in order to build or touch or make music of any kind. It reminds me of a friend who wouldn't let go of his past. He clutched it like a rope and was afraid that if he let go, he would fall. But as long as he fisted his history in this way, he couldn't embrace the love that was before him, and so he never healed. It is unavoidably true. Hands must be emptied before they can be filled anew. It's the same with our hearts. It is why courage day by day is necessary. I love this little passage. I especially love the part where he says about the past, fisting the past, not letting go of the past. And I was thinking about this passage, and it reminded me of my relationship with my father, which was not good. For decades and decades and decades, we had this bit of a battle, mostly a silent battle. But I wanted him to be someone he wasn't. I wanted him to be emotionally available, and he wasn't. I wanted him to be more open and expansive, but he wasn't. He was rigid. He was judgmental. He was very shut down. He suffered from depression and anxiety, like most everybody in my family, and myself included. And it was just not a good relationship. It was a very disappointing relationship, and I felt a lot of anger toward him for many, many, many years. And we would every now and then try to address it, but he wasn't capable of addressing it, and I was in a way not capable either, because I was grasping onto the past, and I wasn't able to see something fresh, something new, something else that might be available other than my rigid imagination, my rigid dream of what I wanted it to be. And it kept me from experiencing what could be. And it wasn't until the very last few years of his life, especially the last 2 years when he was dying of cancer, I was spending a week, every other week, taking care of him for 2 years. And during that time, I can't tell you how I was able to do it, but I simply dropped my expectations of him. I dropped my rigid holding on to the past of how it had always been. And I just came to a place of acceptance within myself for him, for who he was, just as he was. I'm not demanding or expecting or, that he become someone I wanted him to be. And what happened, you guys, was almost miraculous. At least in my mind, it was. I don't think it was very miraculous. I think it was just the simple truth that when we open our grasp and accept what is, we simply come into alignment with whatever's happening and peace with it. So I let go of my expectations of him, and I believe that in turn he let go of his expectations of me, his vision of me. And we ended up having those last 2 years the most remarkable, touching, simple, sweet connection that just blew me away. And it was not this deep emotional connection that I had always wanted, but instead it was something very sweet and very tender. And as a result, we healed. I healed. And when my father died, I was left with closure, just real closure and appreciation and gratitude and love for this man that I had been so mad at for 50 years. And we do that with each other now, don't we? We have expectations about the way things should be. We hold on to past hurts that we tap into every time something happens that keeps us from being able to have what is available in the moment, because we're so attached to what's happened in the past, and because we're so focused on what we want for the future, that we miss the good, the true, and the beautiful in this very moment. That may be very simple, it may be very sweet, it may be very tender, and you guys, that is enough. That's enough. So today, I just invite you to open your grasped fist. And there are some things I'm grasping onto right now, especially in this world that we're living in with political unrest, social unrest. There's some beliefs, there's some ideas about people who believe differently than me that I'm grasping onto so hard that it keeps me from feeling the love that I have. It keeps me feeling the generosity and the compassion I have and the understanding I have. And so I invite you and I invite me today to open our grasping, our holding on to these rigid ideas and beliefs that keep us separate from one another, so that we can experience what is available to us in this moment. I'm Carla Royal. I'm a mindset and performance coach working with high achieving entrepreneurs and business owners who are dealing with hidden anxiety. And I invite you to visit me at my website, carlaroyal.com, and please connect with me on Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram. I hope you have a great day, and I appreciate you tuning in today.